You are trying to run away from something, but you wouldn't know that that thing is actually living with you. That is why at every point in time, we should give all glory and fear Allah. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Islamic Stories by Zainab, a channel where we tell you stories of prophets, of sahabas, or everyday Muslim or believers, just to inspire you, motivate or guide you in how you meander your way through everyday challenges of life. Please, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell on notification to be notified whenever we upload a new video. And don't also forget to share, like and comment. Thank you. For those of you who have been following us, we've been talking about the story of Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. In our last video, we actually stopped at where his mother was inspired to cast him into River Nile. So today we'll be continuing from where we stopped last week. Like I told you earlier, the mother of Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was inspired to suckle him, but if she fears for his life, she should cast him into the river, and fear not, for verily he shall be returned to her. She decided to go with the second option, which was to cast him into the river. As a mother, she was grieving because, you know, for a mother that just gave birth, you just want to start nursing your baby. But with what had just happened, you are now forced to face the reality of parting with your baby and hoping and praying for Allah's blessing to unite you back with your baby. But she still went ahead, put the baby in what is today called Moses' basket, and then she actually told Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam's elder sister to follow the basket as he sails through the river. So the basket was sailing, and then the sister was by the river bank following the basket to see where the river was going to carry him to. And as she was following the basket, she got to know that the river actually sailed the basket into the compound of Pharaoh, who is known as Pharaoh. The guards saw the basket and carried it to the wife of Pharaoh, who is called Asiya. And when she saw the baby, it was said that she instantly fell in love with the baby, and she carried the baby to Pharaoh and said, "Please, let's keep him. Perhaps he can be a son to us." Because of the way she channeled her request, her husband, the Pharaoh, didn't have a choice other than to agree to it. That was how Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam came to live in the palace of the person that has been killing all male descendants of the children of Israelites over the years, just not to have one of them survive to take over his rulership. From this point alone, you can see the greatness of Allah. You are trying to run away from something, but you wouldn't know that that thing is actually living with you. That is why at every point in time, we should give all glory and fear Allah. So now the burden of feeding the baby was a problem, because they tried getting a wet nurse to feed him, but Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam, as a baby, refused to take the breast milk from any of the wet nurse that came around. And a message was sent across to the community that a wet nurse was needed to suckle the son of Pharaoh. Any nursing mother that hears this, because there were a lot of goodies attached to it, that if the baby takes your breast milk, so and so and so is what will be given to you. So it became very attractive to many nursing mothers who opted to try their luck if the baby was going to take their milk. So it was said that at the point of entering the palace, the guards will ask for an evidence that you are a nursing mother. It meant that for every mother that came to the compound must have a breastfeeding child. You cannot just come in and say you are a wet nurse or you want to work as a wet nurse when you are not a breastfeeding mother. So you needed a child to show. This is the first time that the presence of Nabi Haruna alayhi salatu wasalam saved Nabi Musa, because he was the one that the mother showed to the guard to let them know that she was a nursing mother. So back to what I was saying. The sister all along had been watching the happening, and she saw the way the basket sailed to the compound of Pharaoh, and how they tried getting a wet nurse, and the baby refused to take the breast from all the women that came around. So she suggested to them that she know of a woman somewhere that she could go and talk to the woman. And then they were like, oh, it's probably the mother of the baby you want to call. She said no, she just knows the woman in the village, and that she's also a nursing mother. So they said, okay, go and bring the woman. Let her come and try her luck. And then the mother, she ran home and told Nabi Musa wasalam's mother to come, that this is what is currently happening. Immediately, the mother sprung into action, because it's her baby we're talking about. So she followed the sister and held Nabi Haruna alayhi salatu wasalam as her evidence to show the guards that she was truly a nursing mother. So on getting to the palace, the guards, like what has been happening, asked to see evidence to show that she was a nursing mother, and then she showed them Nabi Haruna alayhi salatu wasalam. So they allowed her in. And then she came in, they gave her Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam to suckle. Immediately, she put the breast in his mouth. He quickly lashed on it and started sucking. And then everybody was like, hey, alhamdulillah, finally the baby is taking a wet nurse's breast milk. And then immediately it was said that she removed Nabi Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. She was not going to make it look like she was there for business. Because if a baby that has refused to take breast milk from all the other mothers that came around and eventually settled for one, will make it look like maybe you are biologically the mother. She didn't want it to be like that. She wanted to disguise that she was just there for business. So they said immediately the baby latched on it. She removed him and said, no, what you people had said you were going to pay to the wet nurse, I am not taking. As you can see, it is only my breast milk he agreed to take. So I am going to increase what you people had placed on ground that was going to be the payment to the nursing mother that he agrees to take her breast milk. So she increased it. Let's say they were giving 50,000. She said she was not taking 50,000. She increased it maybe to like 70 or 80. She actually disguised, making it look like she was just there for the money. And then the guard had to go back to go and tell Pharaoh that the woman that the baby finally agreed to take his breast has refused to take the payment we had announced that we're going to pay for anybody who the baby agrees to take her breast. This is the present amount she's requesting. And then Pharaoh gave the order that she should be paid whatever she requests. So when they told her they were going to pay, she now said she has another request to make, that she has things to do in her own house. So she's not going to come and sit in the palace 24/7 to suckle the child of Pharaoh. So she was going to be able to carry the baby to her own house to feed the baby. Allah fulfilled what he inspired her with, that he was going to return him to her. But not only did he return him to her, he also blessed her with new lifestyle. So just for us to know that when Allah promises, no matter how long it takes, no matter how difficult it looks, he will actually fulfill that promise. So I'll be stopping here to continue in our next video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to be notified whenever we drop a new video. And also don't forget to like and share. Do take care. Assalamu alaikum.